In the last few years, these household concerts were frequently attended by Ivan Yakovlevich's eldest daughter, Nastenka, following the requests from the guests. Most of the time, Nastenka had no time, since she spent entire days helping her mother around the house, sewing for the entire family, tutoring her younger brothers and sisters the uncomplicated sciences of writing, reading, Bible studies, and rudimentary arithmetic she had learned only 2 or 3 years earlier in a neighboring orphanage. Stepanida Ignatievna, who believed superfluous knowledge was nothing but torment to a girl, waste of money to her parents, and not a great attraction to suitors, sent her daughter to study at the orphanage, despite Ivan Yakovlevich's weak resistance. He wished to send her to a proper school or a boarding establishment. Presently, Nastenka was 18 years of age and very like her father in appearance and temperament. Equally serene and untroubled, she might not have been as good-natured as her father, but was equally pleasant and courteous with everyone. Her pretty face, pink and round, was very like her father's, except her blue eyes did not shine with the same boundless sweetness and kindness as her old man's. Instead, they were filled with a kind of dumb and sleepy indifference. Nastenka's best assets, marking her as a true Russian beauty, were her splendid bust and a beautiful fair braid, hanging heavily below the waist. Nastenka was her parents' favourite, especially her father's. She knew all the songs since early childhood, and liked singing along with him in her high, silvery little voice since she was a little girl. With age, her voice grew stronger and smoother, eventually becoming so clear, fresh, and pleasant. Ivan Yakovlevich himself became distracted while listening to her singing over her work, for his soul was that of a true artist and musician. His guests were also fond of Nastenka. They pampered her when she was still a pretty little girl, making her sing for them out of sheer amusement. Over the last few years, this amusement turned into true enjoyment for many of Ivan Yakovlevich's visitors, many of whom were true music connoisseurs and lovers. Nastenka must have inherited her father's talent, albeit in a somewhat different form. Much like her father, she sang only old Russian songs, which must have been captured in her soul since childhood, and which she performed vocally every bit as artistically as her father played them on the guitar. The main charm of her singing was in the simple, artless manner of her performance, as if not realizing the effect she had on the listeners. She sang the way she understood the songs with her naive, uncomplicated soul, as they flowed into that soul, every time stirring something beautiful and incomprehensible to her. She was very fond of singing and always gladly took requests, but Stepanida Ignatievna found it was not at all appropriate for a young girl to sing in front of strangers, and permitted it only to appease the most honoured guests, or when she was in a particularly good mood. At times, one of Ivan Yakovlevich's admirers came over and asked Nastenka to sing a bit as well. But Nastenka was either at the sewing machine, deftly spinning the wheel, or running around helping her mother, keys clanging in her pocket, along with a thimble and a pair of scissors. "I've no time," she said quickly on the run. "We're making jam today." "Come now," the visitor begged. "The jam won't go anywhere. Please, at least one song." "I've no time, and Mummy will be cross." But if the circumstances were favourable, there was no jam to be made, and Mummy would not be cross. Nastenka came out to the sitting room, settled next to her father, and said in her emotionless voice, "Well, what shall I sing for you?" "Whatever you like best." "I don't care. I like them all." "Sing 'It's Not the White Snow,'" said Ivan Yakovlevich, tuning his guitar. "Very well. It's not the white snow, then." Nastenka agreed.